What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I want to talk about the leaks regarding all of the clone troopers that we're going to be seeing in the summer of 2025. We have a lot to talk about regarding wastegapes and pauldrons returning, as well as some interesting information about our 327th clone troopers, our Commander Bakura, the Galactic Marines, and even the clone pilot. We have a lot of very exciting clone troopers that are going to be coming out this summer, so without further ado, let's get right on into this video. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, starting with that leaked 327th helmet. And I know there's a lot of back and forth of whether this is real or not, and I will say it does resemble the Grandpa Clone Customs helmet quite a bit, but there's definitely some differences as well, especially with the weather markings on the side, as well as actually having the helmet holes. And yes, anyone could have, thrown this together as a custom, but I do think whether this is real or not, it's very similar to what we'll end up seeing from LEGO, and let's just assume that it's real for the sake of this next point. Is if this printing is actually what we're getting, it's a little bit disappointing. I know there's a lot of people out there that really hate that LEGO is not printing up close to the fin and leaving those white gaps. Personally, I don't care that much. I don't think it looks that bad, but I know there's a ton of people out there that are going to be very upset by the fact that this isn't something that LEGO is able to fix versus the 212th Clone Troopers, where this was originally kind of brought up as an issue. So I know a lot of people will be disappointed in that, but I do have to say, I think the shade of yellow, as well as just the overall quality of the print, does look pretty good, and I'm very excited to see what other, what next gets revealed about these 327th Clone Troopers, because as the date approaches, we'll get more and more information. So if you want to stay up to date, make sure to subscribe to this channel. But we have more to talk about regarding that 327th Clone Troopers, as well as the set that they're coming in, being the Battle Pack, which with that price increase to $45 is insane. But there has been some more leaks and rumors kind of that may warrant that Battle Pack price, especially because, well, first off, we have to say this Battle Pack was already leaked out, minus the Clone Troopers. I can't show it here because last time I did, LEGO came after me and made me take the video down. But I'll show up a mock-up of basically what it is. And if you really want to go see it, just go into Google and search up 327th Battle Pack leak and it will come up in the images. It's really nothing crazy though. It's the yellow ATRT that's oversized. It's a little sad build of Kashyyyk, as well as that little turret on the floor, and then a brick-built spider droid, and then you get your 4 clone troopers as well as 3 super battle droids. Absurd for $45. However, the caveat there is the fact that now it's rumored that they may have the pauldrons, as well as some people are saying they have wastegapes. I have not seen actual solid proof or anything that would make me confidently say that there will be wastegapes, but I do think there's a high possibility that they will have those plastic pauldrons. So leaving us to believe, what will we see? And if we are getting new molded plastic pauldrons, then I can't excuse, but I can understand the price of this battle pack being at $45. But I do think that this one may have been increased to subsidize the fact that we're going to be getting some sort of wastecape or pauldron in this set. Personally, I think it will be the pauldron and not the wastecape, but ideally we would get both, but I feel like we would have heard about that by now. But nonetheless, this one is pretty exciting, but also a bit disappointing. To kind of close it off, I think that this battle pack, I think the builds are very lackluster. I think the only way that this battle pack can be saved is if the minifigures are outstanding, but by the leaks, looking at that helmet print, it doesn't look bad, but I do think it really comes down to the accessories. Will they have the micro binoculars? Will they have pauldrons? Will they have wastegapes? But I think if they don't really deliver on these clone troopers, this might go down as one of the most overpriced and bad battle packs of all time. Nonetheless, I think that it will be a solid one. I really do have hope that LEGO can deliver on these 327 clone troopers. The next clone troopers I want to talk about are coming out in that $160 turbo tank. We have the Commander Bakura as well as the Galactic Marines. Starting off with the Commander Bakura. Now, we did have this drawing going around. Personally, I'm still standing by the fact that I do not think that this drawing is 100% accurate. Yes, it may be very similar, but it doesn't make sense to me. First of all, I don't think LEGO would put helmet holes into the new mold for that kind of helmet, because you would never be putting helmet attachments onto that helmet mold. So I don't think LEGO would take the time and resources to put helmet holes into that helmet. So for that reason, I think that it will be inaccurate, but I do think the overall design will be pretty similar. I mean, it's a LEGO minifigure of Commander Bakura, so how much variation could there really be? And then moving on to the more interesting part about this, being that pauldron as well as the rumored wastecape. Some people were saying that Commander Bakura was going to have a wastecape. Personally, so the big reason why I think that this is untrue is I think if one minifigure this summer gets a wastecape, then all of them would, right? Like, they wouldn't give a wastecape to Commander Bakura, but not give it to Commander Blye, right? That wouldn't make sense. So I think if they make a new wastecape piece or they find a way to reintegrate integrate it, then we would see it in all of the clone troopers that would get a waist cape and not just on Commander Bakura. So for that reason, I think that that is incorrect. As much as I would love to be proven wrong, my biggest gripe when it comes to LEGO Star Wars clone troopers is the printed waist capes. I think they look terrible. So if LEGO is able to save that by bringing back waist capes, I would be very happy. It doesn't make sense. Why would they bring it back for Commander Bakura, but not bring it back for any of the other clone troopers that would need a waist cape this year? So as much as I'd love to be proven wrong or just see all of our clone troopers get waist capes this year, I would be so happy. I think everyone would be very happy to see that. It just doesn't really make sense. And the fact that the leak is only or the rumor is only around Commander Bakura having a waist cape makes me skeptical, but I do think it's still a possibility, maybe not this year, but definitely in the coming years, to see waist capes reintroduced. And also with the plastic pauldrons, rumored to be coming back, especially for this Commander Bakura, as he does have that small pauldron going off to the side. Curious to see how that is integrated into this minifigure, if it is integrated into this minifigure at all. But I do think that Commander Bakura is shaping up to be a very solid minifigure. He may not be the best character, but he definitely has a great design. But moving on to the other clone troopers that we'll be seeing in this set with the Galactic Marines. Now, originally when the set was rumored, it was that when this was still back when it was rumored to be a UT-AT and not a turbo tank, people were saying that the new helmet mold in this set would also be for the Galactic Marines, so we'd be getting 2 new helmet molds for Commander Bakura as well as the Galactic Marines. I don't know how true that is, because I think that the Snowtrooper helmet mold that we've gotten for the Imperial Snowtroopers would be perfect for the Galactic Marines, so I don't really see why LEGO would be changing that. But I mean, I'm all for it. It just means that LEGO is taking this set a little bit more seriously when it comes to the minifigures, which would definitely be a good thing. But I do also think if we're getting waist capes, then the Galactic Marines should definitely have waist capes, right? Like, looking toward the source material, they all have waist capes. So I think, once again, that kind of shows the holes in this kind of rumor that Commander Bakura will have a waist cape, because why would they give Commander Bakura a waist cape when in the same set the Galactic Marines should also have waist capes, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. As much, like I said, I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love for all of our clone troopers to have waist capes. It's just not really making sense. Nonetheless, I think this set is shaping up to be a very interesting one. I think the minifigures are shaping up to be great. I know a lot of people are very upset about the turbo tank, but honestly, what do you expect? It's LEGO Star Wars in 2025. Everything's downsized. Everything's a bit overpriced. I think overall, looking at the drawing of the build, which I think to be very accurate to what it will actually end up being, I think that it was surprisingly done pretty well. I know a lot of people aren't fans of this, but at the end of the day, people are going to buy it, so LEGO is going to make it. And I think that the turbo tank build is better than a lot of people expected, and I think that these minifigures are shaping up to be great. The next clone trooper that I'm going to talk about is coming out in our MTT, and that being our Commander Blye. Now, Commander Blye, we don't have the actual helmet leaks for like we do with the 327th or the rumors, but once again, I feel like this minifigure should be done very well, especially because the rumor regarding our Commander Blye is that he will have that plastic pauldron. I really do hope that if Commander Blye gets the pauldron, we also get it on the 327th Battle Pack. I know we already talked about the 327th Battle Pack. It's just, I'm kind of concerned that this is a $45 Battle Pack, and I really hope that LEGO does something to at least make that price increase worth it in some way, shape, or form, and we're not just getting ripped off. But enough about that. I'm here to talk about Blye right now, and I do think that Blye should be done very well. I'm hoping that he has the micro binoculars. There's no reason that he shouldn't, but I really do think that he will, and I really hope that LEGO does something with the piece. Just kind of, I wish that they would print that black bar on the front. I think it makes it look a lot better. Now, yes, you can kind of just do that yourself, but I'd rather just LEGO do it for us so we don't have to customize our own micro binocular pieces, because I will say they look a little wonky when they're just all white. I don't think they dual mold it, but I think it should be pretty easy for them to print. But moving on to the actual Commander Blye, like I was saying, I think it should be a pretty straightforward minifigure. Now, I don't think that he will have a waist cape, unfortunately. It will be a printed waist cape. Like I said, as much as I'd love to be proven wrong, I may sound like a broken record, I just don't think it's going to be happening this year, or else we would have heard about it already. But I do think with that new pauldron piece that he is rumored to have, should look great. I'm very excited to see what LEGO ends up doing for this kind of molded pauldron. I think there is definitely a ton of opportunity to make it look amazing, and there's definitely some ways that they could mess it up. I'm really hoping that they print on them as well. I hope that it's not just one color molded, because I think with a lot of these pauldrons, they deserve to have that printing and detail added in, but this is one that I am very excited for. The last clone coming out in 2025 is with our V19 Torrent, and that is going to be our clone pilot. Now, the current situation with this guy is that he is going to be a Phase 1 clone pilot, but actually done correctly this time with a finless helmet, which would be great. We've seen countless Phase 1 clone pilots before, and they have never been accurate. Sometimes they haven't even been a clone pilot. They've been a clone commander. But I think that LEGO finally fixing this situation, giving us a proper clone pilot in Phase 1 would be amazing. Looking toward our Phase 2 501st clone pilot being one of the best clone troopers that we have gotten, and, you know, being one of the only accurate clone pilots that we've ever gotten. I'm really hoping that LEGO can deliver to that same kind of tier with this Phase 1 clone pilot. I think with the new helmet mold, it should look amazing, and I just can't wait to see it. I think that LEGO can definitely cook with this one, but they can definitely underperform with this one. So I think it's kind of 50-50 right now, and we'll just have to wait until we see the actual leaks of this minifigure. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. This is all of the clone troopers coming out in 2025. Honestly, I am very excited. I think this is shaping up to be one of the best waves in recent years. But let me know down below in the comments which sets you are most excited for and which of these clone troopers is your favorite. And if you want to stay up to date on all of the most recent leaks and rumors, or just see some goated LEGO content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew, signing out.